that he was interested in sponsoring players. I wasn't even in the top of the ladder yet at that time.
So before we talk about Vibes, Dustin, could you like give us a brief information on about your background, about your gaming?
Yeah, so I used to play Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm.
Hearthstone was my first card game. It was completely online. So that was my first card game. Vibes is my second card game. That makes Vibes my first physical TCG.
With your experience in the Hearthstone industry before, like in gaming with Hearthstone, were you able to like have any achievements there before?
Yeah, I played for a long time. I played since Hearthstone was released.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say I was one of the first to reach Legend in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And I won the first 2 Philippine lands in Hearthstone. I also won the first Southeast Asian Championship for Hearthstone. And I've been on multiple teams. I competed in the Southeast Asian Games for Hearthstone. I was one of the 2 representatives there. So I have a lot of experience traveling abroad for international events and playing online also. I got very used to competing online, grinding online. So in that respect, Vibes is familiar because it's an online client. It's a lot like Hearthstone where you can just play a lot of games, test decks, just grind, put in the Rs. And that's what drew me to Vibes initially. The fact that all the cards were free because they had a pack of, what was it called? Pack friend. And and I'm grateful to also to Cara for aggressively recruiting me to play Vibes. Like I had to sort of, at first I wasn't sure, but then when I learned that all the cards were free, I decided to try it out. I found out the game was actually very fun, very well designed. There was a lot of skill expression in how you play your turns and how you build your decks. So that experience was fun.
You only learned Vibes like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah. Well, I played a little against AI last November. But I stopped because the cards were not free yet. So
you just really started like
I
taking
really
the game
started for
seriously last April.
Last April, yeah.
And your first learn to play session. So what can you say about players who wants to like learn how to play Vibes?
I think the mechanics themselves are kind of simple and straightforward. I think it's just deceptively. It's a lot more complex than how the rules are laid out. Like the complexity comes in, and the skill expression comes in really understanding how the flow of the game goes. But if you're just a beginner and you want to have fun with it, I think it's simple enough.
Moving forward to your recent top 8 as a semifinalist for the recent Asian Championship, how did you prepare for that event?
What I'm used to is playing online. What I did was I played hundreds of games online, and since set 3 wasn't online yet at the time, all my experience came from the set 2 meta, and that's what I based my whole strategy on. I figured that since I didn't have a chance to really test and grind set 3 cards online, that I would stick to what I knew, which was the set 2 meta and what I thought was the best deck for set 2 at the time. Which I thought that my own comfort and understanding of the deck was more important than playing new, possibly better cards. But the first and second placers were people who brought mostly set 3 cards. So very, very good job to them for taking that risk. It seemed like the hardest part was getting used to the things like shuffling and how to organize your cards and things like that. But otherwise, I think my online experience translated pretty well. So, but the nice part about offline is you get to actually
interact
with your. That's what I did not expect I would enjoy, like just sitting down and getting to know the person you're playing with. Like if it's somebody you've never met before, you instantly sort of have a connection with them.
I could imagine like maybe if you were playing a Bellyacre deck and you haven't played in physical cards, you might be waiting on like, will this automatically search cards for me?
Yeah. And also Bizbunk. Bizbunk was a huge eye opener for me because I think Eton, I had a match with him on stream also. He explained, because usually when I play against him online, I beat him when he's playing that deck. So I was pretty confident. And then he explained to me that he's so much stronger offline because he has more time to really sort his pile, his ice. So that was a bit of an eye opener. There's some decks that are stronger offline just because of the mechanics of that. Although, to be fair, I did beat him in practice here.
Yeah.
I did 2-0 that Bizbunk here, so... Yeah, I mean, because that's always been my approach from the start. Even in set 2, I didn't immediately settle onto Red or Bull. I actually started with Colosseum, and then I would just sort of, if I lost to a deck, and I wasn't sure how to beat that deck, then I would play the deck that I lost to.
Mm-hmm.
And I play it until I find someone who beats that deck, and then I try to understand. And that's how I understand the new deck.
Oh.
So I just keep on playing what I lose to try to understand every deck in the meta until I settle on what I think is the best. And I also keep like stats of the win rates for each matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Hearthstone, you can ask the people who know me from Hearthstone. I would play everything. It's just very lucky because I met Mark once at an event, and then he immediately started talking about how he was gonna what his plans were, and that he wanted to that he was interested in sponsoring players, and that was before I wasn't even in the top of the ladder yet at that point. Like, that was just my first week playing the game, but it gave me a bit of motivation to like, oh, so if I do well, there's a way to have access to all these cards and not have to worry about that aspect of it.
Before, here in the Philippines, we really don't have access to cards. Like, it's so hard to get cards. So last Asian Championships, we used proxies. So this time around, it's not proxies are not allowed. So I'm just happy that Tactics is actually born here in the Philippines, and in that way, we have access to cards. We can buy cards that we need, and there's no more problem if we need like a specific card. So, agree. How about you, RJ? Your deck? Where did you get your deck?
So basically, my deck was also sponsored by Tactics, and like I just learned the game like a week before the major event. So literally, I was trying to figure out what to play. I've been toying around all the cards, reading most of the cards, but the thing is, like, so I've been competing with Magic the Gathering for like more than a decade. So basically, I tried to translate how I went into the game. So literally, I tried to figure the whole game out. I tried to adapt all the mechanics, but the thing is, definitely the card game has different rules. So like, although it gave me an idea on how the process would be, so it's also gave me an idea on like how the archetypes would be like. But like the meta for Vibes is totally different from how I see it from other card games.
I know your score was 4-1 in the early part because you're like in the top table. So what happened, and what can you say about the experience? Anything you've learned, or just...
So the thing is, Dustin and I was running the similar deck. Like, it might not be the exact 52 cards. So I was also getting ideas from him, although like I was seeing the game in a different way. So the first few rounds I would say it was easy because most of the other guys are also playing like demo decks or starter decks. But at some point, I played against people who are knowledgeable about the game already. I was able to beat some of them because like I see all the technicalities from the other card games that I played before. So like there would be simple moves that could lead to something else. Like if they do this and that, I make sure to have an answer to this specific move, and my deck should have those answers. And eventually, it gave me the win. But the thing is, like late in the game, there are some parts of the Vibes card game that I don't know of. Like for example, the mill deck that I played against, I was like counting cards. Like next turn, I'd definitely win because I already have 15 vibe. But the thing is, he decked me out. I thought that the game would continue even if I didn't have a deck, but apparently that was not the case.
Well, I was definitely aiming for top 8. I mean, based on just how well that deck was doing on the ladder, I thought I had a good chance to at least make top 8, if not better. The only thing I was worried about was, again, the inclusion of the set 3 cards in the meta. Aside from that, I felt pretty optimistic that I could make top 8. That was my goal at the least.
Once you were in the top 8, once they announced that you were part of the top 8, have you thought are you likely to win it all?
No, because at that point I already knew who the first 2 seeds were. and their decks were just so strong. Like the one loss that BBQ had was against me, but I think I got very lucky and I surprised him with a tech that he wasn't expecting, and I wasn't hopeful that I could do it again. I was pretty sure that the first and second place was going to go to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this event was a lot of fun, the Asian Championships. But if there were weekly regular events that motivated players to practice and to have real physical cards, I think that would do a lot for the community. It would also help me motivate me personally to practice even harder.
Yeah, this is something that we expect to happen in the next few weeks here at Tactics. We're likely to be running weekly events, and probably this would help like grow the community.
I wanted to ask you a question. Now, Vibes is a relatively a new game, right? And compared to other card games, right? But I heard it's also a very complex game. Now that Tactics brought Vibes to the Philippines, what do you think needs to be done in terms of community to grow basically the game, because it's relatively new? And what do you think personally needs to be done in order for Vibes to be more popular?
I think the game itself is good enough. Like it stands on its own.
Yeah.
The gameplay is good, it's fun, it's well designed. But in terms of growing the player base, right now it's sort of spreading through word of mouth, right?
Yeah. Right.
Like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
people who can testify as to how good the game is, and they bring their friends in, and that's how it's sort of organically growing right now. But
also in terms of the complexity of the game, you play Magic as well, so you have a lot of experience of Magic. When you play something like Vibes, what's the difference in between? Like, which is more complex in terms of gameplay?
I would say Vibes is so easy.
Yeah.
Like Magic the Gathering has so many technicalities to all the rules, to all the mechanics. Like this one, it's very basic. Even kids would like literally get into this game.
Yeah.
I would say it could compete with all the other card games that are way too simple.
Yeah, sure. Even one of our graphic designers, Raymond, he picked up the game the same day of the tournament, right?
He did pretty well.
Yeah, he did pretty well, and I think he won a couple of the games. Also, the day that we had the tournament, which was last weekend, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And we had a couple of first timers that also did really good. So that kind of tells me that it's relatively easy to learn. But in terms of on the high spectrum of the game, that's when you need to be really good at it. It's like a low level entry, but to get really good, you have to be really, really good. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's the hallmark of a well-designed game, right? It's easy, it's easy to get into, and it's difficult to master.
Yeah. That's a good way to get in some way to get a game popular as well. If you jump into a game that's extremely difficult, from my personal experience, I don't want to get destroyed for the first 6 months. But a lot of people would get, like Magic, maybe they'll just get destroyed for the first 6 months, and then they get discouraged. And not even that as well. I mean, honestly, for somebody, me personally, I don't really play card games, but I watch a lot of it for some reason. I'm like in the other side of the spectrum when it comes to card games. I watch a lot of it, right? When it comes to Pokemon, I watch all the pack openings, but I don't know much about the behind the scenes of or how the game gets played. But so when I look at Vibes, I look at Vibes and I see the art is pretty damn nice. Like, like for somebody that has no idea about Vibes, but I've been paying attention, the art is great.
But I definitely think you should.
I have to
try
learn.
it.
Yeah.
Because I
get pressured by you, by Cara, so now I have no choice but to learn about it.
But actually, like last in the Asian Championship, like we had one of the guys. He's from Japan.
Yeah.
He's 52 years old. He never played a card game in his life. We literally taught him 30 minutes before the event, and he won 2 games. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, one of the guys came in as well. I think he used to play Magic. He's the guy that you bought the cards from, or for credits or something. Yeah. And he used to play Magic like 20 years. How long ago, roughly? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
More than a decade for sure.
More than a decade. That's crazy. And he just came in randomly, and suddenly he built he bought a couple of cards. Anyway, you were a gamer before?
Yeah, actually, before Hearthstone, I sort of played StarCraft 2.
Oh wow, that's
kind of very different. But it was also a Blizzard game, and it was also a strategy game. People are kind of confused because they feel like, it's not a natural transition to go from
It's not from
a
game to
real-time
card.
strategy game to a turn-based
Yeah.
card game. But to me, they're very similar because it's the part of the game where you're analyzing the meta, where there's
Because there's strategy anyway.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
assume that go from like a strategy game
to another strategy
to
game,
go to
right?
a
It's
strategy
just-
card game would be the
Yeah, there's just more of a sort of a muscle memory component.
Yeah.
Right.
In addition to that, for a game like StarCraft.
Usually when in transitions, like what hinders you from transitioning from one game to another is how difficult the card game would be, and then at the same time is accessibility. Like for example, for Vibes, from what I know, it's like this has been available for more than a year, and then on the last Asian Championship there were like a lot of people, but the problem was like afterwards there was no supply of cards. There were like no events afterwards, but this time with Tactics coming in, like we have all the cards, and then definitely we'll be running more events in the near future.
Yeah, ideally that's what we want. Just have tournaments every week. That would be amazing. We're kind of in the stage where it's so early that it can just only get better as we go.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, we have so much. It's insane. I don't think I can disclose how many boxes we have, but
But I think these cards does show like
That
how
will give you an
many
idea how
boxes
many-
we actually have.
how many sketches do we have?
I won't say how much we have, but we have a lot.
Yeah. We have a lot of sketches. All right. We have some rare ones. I'm not
We
I'm not
have
sure
epic
which one
ones,
is the
right.
the epic ones.
No, the epic ones are hidden.
They're hidden, yeah. I come from Chile, right, South America, and when I grew up, a lot of card games were being played inside the malls, and they had it in the most random places in the malls, usually on the deck areas,
Yeah.
and people would just sit on the floor and play cards. How is it here in the Philippines? Like, where are the designated places? Where do you usually play? Because in Chile was like I'm telling you, in Chile there was a designated area for people to play, and it'll just be like a massive, like an SM.
Yeah.
People just sit in there. It'll be like hundreds of people just playing different types of games.
Actually, like I would say 2 decades ago, the shops were like very limited. Like usually it's just a distributor, and they have like 1 or 2 shops, and then like I guess there would be 1 or 2. Like one would be a lot already for like a city.
Right. Okay. But it'll be small spaces.
Yeah, they would be small spaces, and then usually you would just see people playing at home.
Right.
Like when friends do get together, they play the card games.
You play Pokemon? You definitely
No,
watch
no.
Pokemon. You never watch
No,
Pokemon as
no,
well?
not at
That
all.
is crazy. That's crazy.
My first physical card game, my second card game ever.
Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, you watch Pokemon, yeah?
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
I
we're
watch
big
Pokemon.
Pokemon fans. I mean, maybe the first. I think I was young. I'm 33, so
Really?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 30. Really? So yeah. So that being said, when we talk about Pokemon, we're gonna have Pokemon as well. So we're gonna be ripping packs soon enough. You'll see that on our social media. But yeah, we're excited for that, and also we're gonna have Magic in the future as
Yes.
well. He's the Magic guy, so maybe he can talk to you slightly about that. I don't have much experience on that one.
Yeah, maybe in the near future, like we'll be also holding events for Magic the Gathering, but for now we'll be running Vibes all week.
Listen, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. It was a bit of fun. Kind of get to know you as well. Get to know RJ more on that side as well. And yeah, I'm gonna have to learn the game for sure, because otherwise I'm gonna get called out every weekend, every week. I'm already being called out for not knowing the game. I'm just appreciating the art right now. Hopefully we'll have more tournaments. Make sure to follow us on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you're looking to buy cards, sell, trade, we have so much. All you have to do is just come by here or message us online.
We're also having more accessories coming in, so just go to our website.
Yeah, everything is there actually. It should be live now, right? Yeah, we have some of the card sleeves.
We got top loaders.
These are really nice, by the way.
Yeah.
Very clean. And you couldn't see it from that angle, but we have these ones as well.
Yeah,
They
we
look
got
really
binders
nice.
too.
I'm not sure if you can see them on the camera, but I'll probably overlay a photo if that's the case. Pretty good. And see you in the next one. Peace out.